Hi everyone. I'm back with one more screencast today to share a resource that I hope you'll find to be very valuable. It is still in the stages of development, but I'd like to share it with you today so that you have an opportunity to poke around a little bit and to provide me with some feedback about the direction to go with this website. I call this a CIES website, and it's really intended in the long term to replace the U Drive. My vision is for this to be the place where you can find the most current information about curriculum and assessments, and a go-to place where all the resources that you would be seeking from the Department of Curriculum, Instruction, and Educational Standards are easily found in one stop. I got this idea after hearing the great reviews of the two literacy sites, the K-3 Local Literacy Plan site and the 4-6 Literacy Resource site. If you were at our February 1st workshop, you know that you had some time to explore those sites. Today, I'm not going to be taking you through a formal exploration of the CIES website, but I am going to ask you to explore a little bit and give us some feedback about what would be useful for you. The first thing that you need to do is log in to your OSSEO Apps account. Later, this site will be linked to My 279 in that same drop-down menu where you currently find the literacy sites, but it's not there yet. Log into your OSSEO Apps account with your apps login and your regular district password. I always click Remember Me so that I don't have to go back and type in that apps.district279.org email address. Even though it's listed right here above it, I always have to stop and think. When you log in, you go to the bar at the very top and click on Sites. And you'll come up with a list of sites that are within the OSSEO app system that you have been granted permission to view or possibly edit. You'll see one that's called District 279 Standards-Based Curriculum and Instruction. That's the site we're looking at. Click on that and you'll open it up into the District 279 Standards-Based Curriculum and Instruction site. As I said, my long-term goal is for this to be the place where you can go to find the most current curriculum and instruction and assessment information. Believe me, I understand the frustration that I hear from teachers all the time about hunting for things in the U Drive. This project has given me a new appreciation for what it means to go find something out there. And I want you to not have to spend your time doing that, but to be able to count on one location to find what's most current. There are a series of tabs, and ultimately this site will have a K6 page and a 712. It's not built out quite yet. It certainly hasn't touched 712, but a lot of work has been done in the K6 area. If you click on that tab, you'll see that there are curriculum web pages for every content area, and there's a grade level page. On the far right side, there's some general resources. Click on the Wednesday envelope for elementary teachers, you'll find back issues of the Wednesday envelope. They've all been uploaded as PDFs, so if there's something that you're looking for and you can't find it in your email, you can pull it up here. It takes a few seconds for the PDF to load clearly, but it does, and it's printable right out of the site. Most of the documents operate with the arrow keys rather than closing tabs, just for information. There's also key instructional strategies, a copy of the current report cards, Bloom's taxonomy, and ultimately there will be additional links here as well. You can go into this in two ways. You can select your curriculum webpage for what you're looking for. For example, if you're interested in K6 math and you click on that link, when you get inside, you'll see math pages for each grade level. There will be some additional math resources that are added that might be valuable for all teachers. The K3 Reading Language Arts and 4-6 Reading Language Arts pages take you directly to the local literacy plan sites. The K-6 Technology Literacy site or link takes you directly to the technology literacy website that contains all the technology literacy curriculum information. Physical education and music currently are not populated at all because those will be links that will be useful for our specialists. I believe for most teachers, the grade level links will be what is most helpful. If you click on your grade level, third grade for instance, when you open up the page, on the far left, you'll see curriculum resources, each of those content areas listed, and some general resources like the agenda for today's workshop. Under general resources, you will also find that video, the screencast that you heard earlier today, the one where Wendy sounded great and I squeaked my way through. That information will be here, and I'll be adding the overview document that is just a printout of all of the information I shared about curriculum resources that will be in this area as well. Next, if you just click on any of these links for curriculum resources, you'll see what's available. In math, I have simply moved documents from the U drive over to this site. After we finish revising assessments, this will all change because, as I said, I want this to be the location where you can count on finding the most current materials. Every content area page is set up the same. On the far left, you'll find standards and reporting. It's your current reporting standards, the current state standards, in this case, the K-5 math benchmarks, and an overview for grading that was written by the writing team. If there are assessments in a content area, I've added those. You'll see here that there are a lot of them for third grade. The rubric and forms, different forms of the assessments. There are some additional resources like pacing guides. There's a K-6 pacing guide for math, and there's a third grade big picture pacing guide. And then some additional unit resources, some of them teacher created and some provided by the publisher. Clicking on another grade level in math, you'll see, for instance, that fourth grade math is set up the same way. Currently, the assessments haven't been linked there yet, but we will get those uploaded for each of the trimesters. But the standards are there as well as the pacing guide. I'm going to go back to the main K-6 curriculum page, choose another grade level like second grade, and show you a couple of other areas. Science currently has little content in under the assessment tab because we're still in development. The reporting standards that we currently have are there, and you'll notice that I've dated as many documents as I can and will continue to update so that we know which version of the document we're working with. One recommendation we heard from teachers in meetings in these last 2 weeks and prior is that we all need to be in the habit of putting dates in the footers of our documents, and not just a date like April 2013, but April 26, 2013, so that we really do know which version we're working with. In any case, here on the science page, we currently have some grade levels that are linked to overviews from FOSS. This particular one goes to FOSS-Web, and it is the Air and Weather Kit overview that would be provided in your teacher guide. It's a little slow in loading here this evening, but there it is. This is teacher information that would be accessible to you from wherever you are because it's web-based. If you didn't want to haul the teacher guide around, but you wanted access, we've given you that direct link. Unfortunately, FOSS-Web has a little bit of difficulty with their website right now, so you'll see in some other grade levels that we've simply let you know that those overviews are coming soon because they're not properly linked. We have added some additional resources in science, like getting started with science notebooks and some student links where they're appropriate. As I've said, it's not all completely built out yet. There is a lot to be added, particularly in 5th and 6th grade, because I started in kindergarten and we've been working our way up. It takes a lot of time to sort through those U-Drive documents, as you well know, but we want to get the information that's useful. What I would really appreciate is any feedback that you'd like to provide about information that would be useful for you to find on this website. Um, Things, if there are some organizational things that would be helpful to you as you look at your grade level, or any other information that you think would be helpful for me to know as we continue to build out this site. I do have some help in doing this. I'm not doing it all by myself, but we are really trying to right now keep it managed so that we have some common naming conventions. There's a lot of consistency across the site and across content areas, and ultimately to be able to provide you with a resource that should be very useful. So I just encourage you to take a look, log in to the site, and see what you see. Send me an email. Let me know if you have any recommendations, anything you'd love to see here, anything that would be especially useful. I'd appreciate the feedback so that I can provide you with the best service possible so that you can spend your time focusing on the business of teaching and not hunting down documents in the U-Drive. Thanks for your time. I hope this is useful, and I look forward to hearing what you have to share.